Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. We're here at the 2022 Work Truck Show in Indianapolis, Indiana, joined by Dave Sowers. He's the Ram brand commercial marketing chief. Head honcho, I think, is the title you have.
That's a word salad of titles, but I'll take it.
Yeah, so we have, exciting behind us, we have the 2023 RAM ProMaster van. I know you've made some changes you're excited to talk about. All right, let's get into it. What do you got going on in the front end?
Yeah, thanks, Tim, and thanks for having me. We're here to talk about the 23 ProMaster, and we've made some significant investments, starting with the exterior appearance. That's what's most obvious, right? Vans aren't typically about styling, but this was an upgrade that was time, and it's a much more appealing front end, much more business-like, and we really like that. Along with those changes on the front end comes some significant improvement in our headlamps. So our base headlamps are halogen headlamps. They're 29% brighter and have a little bit further reach down the road than our previous headlamps. And we also bring in now an optional headlamp. This is an LED for the first time. And this is 70% brighter and has 50% better reach down the road. So a significant improvement in lighting that takes away driver fatigue, and it's also an improvement in safety. One other improvement on the headlamps is they're all significantly improved in terms of durability and expected life. And that's big in the van world where some of these things are 24/7 type operations. So it's important, and that's a big upgrade. And from 22, under the skin, we've upgraded the powertrain to the Pentastar V6, now with a 9-speed. So that carries over into 23.
Okay, so inside the cabin, and before I get too far, one of the things I really like about vans is they're so darn easy to get in and out. It's like look at the size of that door. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, I know trucks are different and styling is different, but vans are nice.
Yeah, one of the things that's the biggest growing segment part of vans is final mile delivery. And many of those people are getting in and out of the van 150, 200 times a day.
Yeah.
And so ingress and egress is very important for them, how wide the doors open, how big the door opening is, ability to get in and out. So providing better access makes them more efficient in their workday, and that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So here inside, we've tried to bring in a lot of technology that is going to make the driving experience better. You're familiar with the Uconnect 5. It's now 5 times faster than what came before, with a lot of customization. Telematics box module standard, which allows us to be connected, and that makes this a flexible platform going into the future. Not only can we pull information off of the vehicle and provide it to the fleet manager for their optimization, it allows us to send over-the-air updates to the vehicle, to different modules, and it also provides over-the-air app updates as well. So we can add additional apps as it goes along, and that's what's expected in today's world. Your vehicle should be as smart as your smartphone, and we're really getting into that space now with 4G connectivity with the telematics module.
Yeah, and I saw we have start-stop, which is going to be, or not start-stop, but the keyless engine, right? So the keyless start for the engine is convenient.
Yeah.
Keep it in your pocket. You don't have to get your key out every single time. I know that comes an interesting thing from a lot of people. We have the smartphone charger, right? So keep things charged up. That was optional. Lots of USBs, lots of plugs here for. This is going to be, you know, like a plug-in, probably an adapter for different kind of devices you need.
Yep, that's correct.
This is not the old cigarette lighter. This is a little bit different setup. Most brands have gone away from the cigarette lighter. They've actually changed this up to handle more electronics and things. I thought was interesting about vans, and this is something that I think most truck guys will see and be like, what the heck? You have the shifter. And that's been an ongoing discussion point in trucks and vans and things. I know a lot of work vans have gone the shifter, and the shifter is convenient. I think that's awesome. It's better than, you have so much going on here around the steering wheel, you just can't quite get to it. But it is interesting on the truck side, you have a dial, then here's a shifter.
Yeah, and it's really, part of this is about commonality across the globe. So this is an accepted execution here in the US and around the world. ProMaster is part of a global platform that sells a large number of vans every year in most of the major markets. So that's part of it. Functionality is part of it, and then the way we execute it is part of it as well, because pass-through is important here on vans where it's not on pickups. So
right.
We want to make sure the shifter gets tucked up there. You don't have a center console. We have bucket seats here. We make swivel seats are available, as is 3 across bench seating, and so that center person also needs that leg room. So packaging the shifter there is a really nice solution.
Yeah, I mean, every day the FedEx guy stops outside my house, and he gets out and he goes around his truck because of the back end to get all his packages sorted out what he's doing. And it's always like, well, the other guys pull up in ProMasters and they just stand up, right? And so, and I tell you what, the FedEx guy, he's not so happy because pouring rain, snow, whatever, and he's outside, had to hop in and organize all his packages. But you also you're sitting in some bench seats back there. It's available from factory to have more passenger seating.
Yeah, and this is something that's new here from a factory offering perspective, and this is our Mopar Crew Van package that allows us to have an elevated rear bench seat for 3 passengers. So that's 5 total in this configuration, and with the front bench that would be 6 total. That package comes with polycarbonate windows on both sides, so that you don't feel like you're in a cave back here, and a standard partition separating you from the cargo. And what this allows is a maximized number of people and maximized cargo. So those businesses or personal use where it's a combination of carrying things and carrying people, this is going to be a great package. And for the first time now, it's available as a factory order. We'll show up at the dealership or at the fleet with this equipment.
And you still have some access holes for running different cords and things. I mean, you're not losing stuff.
This is actually about venting. So the partition really helps us maintain the heating or air conditioning here in the front, but it's also important that we allow some airflow so that we don't create positive pressure. Our body vents are in the rear. So that's important for the air conditioning and also for the airbags.
Yeah, I think you get a bunch of people in here, you want airflow. I'm all about that. Let's check out the big guy, because I know he's got a new thing coming for him.
Great. So this particular vehicle is our new H3 or our super high roof van.
And he's a great example. Like, I'm not on a taller spectrum, but see how tall he's on there. And you did what, additional 10 inches?
That's correct. So our low roof van is 5 feet 6 inches of cargo height. That's the best in class for the entry level. Our second roof van, which we were just in, is 6 feet 4 inches. So that's stand-up height in the back, but this is an additional 10 inches. So it's 7 feet 2, which provides best in class cargo height in the rear. And when it's combined with this 13.5 feet of cargo length, you're getting over 500 cubic feet of cargo volume in the back. That's both best-in-class cargo height and best-in-class cargo volume for the cargo van segment. And that's a big improvement. And again, with a lot of that final mile delivery that's becoming a big part of this segment, that's a big value to them when they have a lot of large packages that they need to carry. One other change that we're not showing here, but it will be available in 23, is our roll-up rear door. And that is going to provide easy access from the rear without having to worry about swinging the doors out. So curbside or close compartment areas, that roll-up door just tucks itself up into the roof area and allows for easy access. That's best for parcel delivery type applications. So we really see that being a benefit for our customers in 23.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I do like about Ram vans, and this is a funny story, so I actually moved in a Ram van to Nebraska. And we had movers come in. Well, 2 things I liked about it was, first of all, the swivel doors go all the way. It's a complete swivel, so you get it out of your way. But I can see in a city environment, just in Chicago with Jill, that's not always what you want to do because the city coming through traffic like that. So having the roll-up door there, and then looking at the points where you have points for modifications, upfitting. I mean, we're talking about how most of the top line is straight, and that's really important for like Amazon deliveries or UPS deliveries. You can get full packages going all the way up, and you can get the taller package going on top.
And I'm 5 feet 10. There's plenty of room, obviously headroom and additional space above that. So you can add additional shelves for packages storage. And there's also a lot of room for upfit. So there's potential use in the RV segment for this type of van. You can imagine living back here and having this amount of headroom would be of benefit as well. And we try to provide the best cargo box, in addition to the size, how it's configured. So we have the most vertical sidewalls of any of the factory cargo vans. And that really allows you to tuck your upfits here. So if it's an electrician with some shelving, that's further over and it provides a wider side center aisle, or in that delivery scenario with fold-up shelving and large boxes, we're able to get them further out to the side and ultimately carry more.
Right, and I know you talked in the press conference about vocational jobs, plumbers, electricians, and things. But I mean, what we've seen in our business and the website we have and the YouTube channel is this massive growth of overlanding. It seems like this has become on the new vehicle choice, and I don't blame them. I mean, like you said, we're standing right here. You can put a little side bed that folds down, or you can have the bed set up. I mean, how much demand are you seeing from the overlanding community?
Well, what we're seeing is a growth overall in that desire to travel by yourself or with your family and be autonomous, if you will. And so that's coming in a couple of ways. We're seeing more demand from our factory upfitters for these vehicles, like a Winnebago, for example, who modifies ProMaster vans into RVs. We're also seeing that in the van life and overlanding side of things, where it's someone building their own van. And ProMaster actually has another benefit in that space, which is we have best-in-class cargo width, which allows a full-size mattress to go full width inside the van without modifying the walls. That's unique in the full-size industry, so ProMaster is seeing a high degree of acceptance from those people because of the living space that you get in the width, and that packages much better with your bed sideways and more living space in front.
So RAM Commercial, I know, is going global. I mean, you've been working on this going global. There was some talk about taking Fiat vans, making them RAM vans, all this kind of stuff going on. And I'm just curious, like, do you feel like going commercial or going global is going to help you compete with your friends over in Dearborn, because they have a pretty impressive commercial business?
Yeah, really, we're into the second year of Stellantis as a company right now, and that is, in its essence, being part of a global organization. And ProMaster is part of a family of vans that exists around the world today, and our scale allows us to do a number of things that we might not be able to do otherwise. And absolutely, that's a benefit to us and our consumers in terms of what we offer and the configurations we can bring to market. This H3 van existed in Europe before this year. The final mile delivery made it a desired option here in the States.
Sure.
So that brings us that type of feature. And what you're going to see is that cooperation helps us, and we're also seeing an opportunity for RAM brand to potentially expand outside of the U.S., particularly in markets like the Middle East and South America, where RAM is already recognized as a strong name in trucks, and there may be opportunity for us in vans as well.
All right, and then pricing for this will still be announced. You're talking Q3 of next year, or was it this year? We Q3?
That's
coming
correct.
Out of the vans.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we start production late July, early August. They'll reach dealers late Q3, and then the H3 van is a late introduction, hopefully before the end of the year.
Okay. And vans are really cool, but just the image in my head is ordering a TRX in Saudi Arabia. Because, man, that'd be pretty badass. That's a lot of desert to go through. So, hey, thanks for watching. Check the video out over here. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you down the road.